Hey everyone, it's Will here, one of the founders of Nomadfleet. What Nomadfleet does is we automate the construction equipment fleet management process. And in this video, we're going to give you a short overview of our platform.
So let's jump in. Firstly, you see Nomad's website. As soon as you log in, you're presented with our fleet operations dashboard. This is the single source of truth for accountability across the site and the workshop. Here you can see the number of pre-starts submitted, what machines are overdue for servicing, and what faults are open across the fleet. So in this video, we're going to touch on the three key areas that actually feed this dashboard, which include submitting daily inspections on the machines. Secondly, it is the fleet maintenance section, so staying on top of your servicing management and faults management. And then lastly, looking into the plant register, which is for keeping up-to-date documentation. So firstly, jumping in, we can go straight to the plant and equipment page. Here you can see like an overarching view of all the assets when the last pre-start was submitted. And so how we actually submit a pre-start is one of two ways. The first way is either via a QR code, which we print out and deliver to you guys, and you can stick them in the machines. No app is required for these QR code pre-starts. So the operator will basically then click and scan onto that pre-start, or they can use one of our phone app system for the operators. So you basically scan onto the QR code and the operator can then punch in the engine hours and also what project they're on via the projects tab and then go through and complete the pre-start. In the pre-start, you can go through and click OK on the checks, or you can raise faults. You can also report existing faults that are open or also raise new faults. Here you can then go through and complete the check. It's very seamless and simple. And what that does is after you submit the check, it basically submits that pre-start in real time to our web app. So if you jump into our web app, you can then view that submitted pre-start instantly, and you'll also have custom notifications around the faults. So that is how we connect the job site to our system and also connect that valuable data. The other important thing to note here is you can customize any of your pre-starts in the form builder. So you can keep it at a high level from like earth moving, road vehicle, light vehicle with hours and kilometers, or you can go even more specific and really dive in and build custom forms yourself for any type of asset. So that's basically the pre-start feature. And so what happens with that actual data is that it feeds our fleet maintenance section of the platform. And in the fleet maintenance section, our first section is the servicing dashboard. So here you see a very clear overview of all your assets when they're coming up for their next service, whether it's A, B, A, or C service on their cycle. And then you can also then act proactively as well to see what is coming up. So this replaces the Excel spreadsheets for a lot of contractors. No longer do they have to manually enter all the information into these clunky, time-consuming Excel spreadsheets. So once we know that a machine has to get serviced, we can then pass this off to the mechanics to then complete a service digitally in the mechanic app that we give to them. So the mechanic can go through and complete a custom service on that specific asset and then basically punch in the hours that it's been serviced at and the service date. So when the mechanic submits this service form, which is super simple, that then resets our intervals for the plant servicing dashboard and also creates an automated service record for that asset. So that then gets rid of hours of manual administration, just connecting from job site to servicing dashboard, all the way through to mechanic workshop, closing it out. That then will, we'll show you later, but we'll create a service record against the asset. The second part is now the part of maintenance is the faults section. So our powerful reporting or faults register within the Nomad platform allows the contractors to manage all the open faults against the asset. And what will happen is this won't get noisy because the guys will be able to report existing faults too on the system when they complete their pre-start checks. So what you see here is like by asset, the number of faults that are open against each asset at the moment, and then the fleet administrator can manage the status of that, whether that be clicking on a fault and writing a comment in and an attachment, loading that in, and then closing the fault and hitting save, and that removes it from there and logs it into the system against that asset. Or if it's a significant inspection or repair that is required, or preventative or reactive maintenance, you can then click the form builder or basically the mechanic app, and the mechanic can then close out that fault in the system too and create an automated PDF against that record. So that's another way of reporting it. So depending, does a subcontractor do it or whether it's an internal mechanic. So for servicing and faults, it allows for both internal and external. So that's a quick glance over our maintenance section, and the last section is our plant and equipment register. This is where you manage all your assets. You can drill into the assets compliance and maintenance records. It's like the single black book for the asset, the single source of truth. In the compliance section, you can add all documentation in and also put expiry dates on them. And what that will do is allow you to manage all the compliance documents for the assets by expiry. And that'll basically then enable you to also use our custom notification section where you can get notified on new faults, specific compliance documentation coming due, like risk assessments and like pink slips for your cars and even your trucks, and also sending pre-starts to the client. So basically with that, we allow a lot of customization. We've got form builders, custom service plans, notifications, all that stuff to really hone in your system. But we also provide like a wide range of best-in-class templates. And yeah, that this whole system is just enables contractors to get fleet visibility, save admin time, and move from reactive to proactive maintenance. If you are interested in finding out more or jumping on a further demo, please reach out to us, and hope this video was useful to you guys. We have more detailed ones in our website. Thanks a lot.